Hey friends, today we will see all the historical events of this day, that is the 3rd of February. Friends, I am very excited to tell you that on the 3rd of February 1925, that is around 96 years from today, India inaugurated the services of its first electric train. The daily service started between Bombay VT and Kurla on the Harbour line. A 129 feet high railway gantry was assembled to make this possible. At the time, the structure was touted to be the only such traction span anywhere in world. It's the India's first electric train. On the 3rd of February 1994, STS-60 was the first mission of the US-Russian Shuttle Mir program, which carried Sergei Krikalev, the first Russian cosmonaut to fly aboard a space shuttle. The mission used Space Shuttle Discovery, which lifted off from Launch Pad 39A on the 3rd of February 1994 from Kennedy Space Center, Florida. The mission carried the Wake Shield Facility Experiment and a RSPACEHAB module into orbit and carried out a live bi-directional audio and downlink link-up with the cosmonauts aboard the Russian space station. On the 3rd of February 1995, astronaut Eileen Collins becomes the first woman to pilot the space shuttle as mission STS-63 gets underway from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. She was awarded several medals for her work. Colonel Collins has logged 38 days 8 hours and 20 minutes in outer space. Collins retired on May 1, 2006, to pursue private interests, including service as a board member of USAA. On the 3rd of February 1998, a United States military pilot causes the death of 20 people when his low-flying plane cuts the cable of a cable car near Trento, Italy. The pilot, Captain Richard J. Ashby, and his navigator, Captain Joseph Schweitzer, were put on trial in the United States and found not guilty of involuntary manslaughter and negligent homicide. Later they were found guilty of obstruction of justice and conduct unbecoming an officer and a gentleman for having destroyed a videotape recorded from the plane, and were dismissed from the Marine Corps. The disaster, and the subsequent acquittal of the pilots, strained relations between the US and Italy. On the 3rd of February 2007, Baghdad Market bombing was the detonation of a large truck bomb in a busy market in the Iraqi capital of Baghdad on the 3rd of February 2007. The suicide attack killed at least 135 people and injured 339 others. The bomb, estimated to be about 1 ton in weight, brought down at least 10 buildings and coffee shops and obliterated market stalls in a largely Shiite enclave less than a half-mile from the Tigris River. On the 3rd of February 1931, Hawke's Bay earthquake, also known as the Napier earthquake, occurred in New Zealand at 10:47 am on the 3rd of February, killing 256, injuring thousands and devastating the Hawke's Bay region. It remains New Zealand's deadliest natural disaster. Centered 15 kilometers north of Napier, it lasted for 2.5 minutes and had a magnitude of 7.8 ms. There were 525 aftershocks recorded in the following 2 weeks, with 597 being recorded by the end of February. The main shock could be felt in much of New Zealand, with reliable reports coming in from as far south as Timaru, on the east coast of the South Island. On the 3rd of February 1918, the Twin Peaks Tunnel in San Francisco, California begins service as the longest streetcar tunnel in the world at 11,920 feet, 3,633 meters long. The eastern entrance to the tunnel is located near the intersection of Market and Castro Streets in the Castro neighborhood, and the western entrance is located at West Portal Avenue and Ulloa Street in the West Portal neighborhood. There are 2 stations along the tunnel, Forest Hill near the western end, and the now disused Eureka Valley near the eastern end. On the 3rd of February 1690, the colony of Massachusetts issues the first paper money in the Americas. Over 3 centuries ago on this day, Massachusetts printed America's first paper money. Before creating bills, Americans used pine tree shillings and other coins as their currency. After the British shut down a Massachusetts mint, these coins were in short supply. So, in 1689, when the British wanted Americans to fight the French in Canada, there was no money available to pay the troops. Since the soldiers wouldn't fight for free, the government thought it best to issue certificates to the troops in lieu of paying them with coins. A piece of paper would represent a coin's worth and could later be redeemed for real money. The experiment worked and the trend caught on. The British government continued circulation in Massachusetts and eventually other colonies began issuing these paper promises too. If anyone ever wanted to redeem the note for coins, they could. Americans trusted that the government would pay them, and that's how some worthless paper became valuable. 300 years ago, Americans could redeem the paper for coins, which represented gold, theoretically meaning the paper was worth actual gold. On the 3rd of February 1661, Maratha forces under Chattrapati Shivaji defeat the Mughals in the Battle of Umberkhind. The battle was fought between the Maratha army under Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and General Kartalab Khan of the Mughal Empire. The Marathas decisively defeated the Mughal forces. This battle was a great example of guerrilla warfare. On the orders of Aurangzeb, Shahista Khan sent Kartalab Khan and Rai Bagan to attack Rajgarh fort. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's men encountered them in a forest in the mountain hills, which was called the Ambakhan. Now, moving to famous birthdays. In the 3rd of February 1924, E.P. Thompson, English historian and author, he is probably best known today for his historical work on the British radical movements in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, in particular the making of the English. And on the 3rd of February 1905, Arne Carl August Björling was born. He was a Swedish mathematician and professor of mathematics at Uppsala University, 1937 to 1954, and later at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. Björling worked extensively in harmonic analysis, complex analysis and potential theory. The Björling factorization helped mathematical scientists to understand the whole decomposition and inspired further work on the invariant subspaces of linear operators and operator algebras, e.g. Hakan-Heidenbaum's factorization theorem for Bergman spaces. Stay tuned with us for the more videos of history of the dates. Please like and subscribe to our channel by clicking below red subscribe button, and don't forget to click on bell icon to get new video updates. A cockpit, a bundles of knowledge.